One match to go, 1 point needed for a place in the World Cup finals. That was the challenge facing Glenn Hoddle's England in Rome. You had to go back to 1961 for the last time England played Italy on Italian soil and avoided defeat. As recently as this February, the Azzurri came out on top at Wembley thanks to a Chelsea striker.
Oh, that's cleared Pearce, and this is Zola! It's there! Gianfranco Zola scored for Italy!
But then in June in Le Tournoi, England turned the tables and they did it in style.
Right, trying to play the ball in to scores! 2-0!
So the form book was confusing, but the issue was clear as the teams came out in the Olympic Stadium. Italy needed to win. A draw would be enough for England. Hello, good evening. We've got the whole match from Rome coming up, and Terry Venables and John Barnes are here to analyse the action and assess the significance of the event. But one hugely important result from this afternoon saw Scotland get the result they needed. A wonderful 2-0 win over Latvia was enough to give them automatic qualifications for the finals in France as the best runner-up. So could England make it a British double? Well, our commentary team in Rome, Ron Atkinson alongside Brian Moore.
Well, good evening to you from Rome. When the smoke finally cleared, Glenn Hoddle's team showed that both Gareth Southgate and David Beckham had shaken off doubts about their fitness, and that Tony Adams, in spite of speculation to the contrary, would be at the heart of the England defence. A defence that tonight has no room for Gary Neville. David Batty plays, Scholes and McManaman are among the subs. Ron Atkinson, how will they line up, do you think?
Gareth Southgate and Sol Campbell will play in a backline of three flanking Tony Adams. In midfield, David Beckham will occupy the right-hand spot as a wing-back. Graham Lasso doing the same on the opposite side. A midfield of Paul Gascoigne, Paul Ince and David Batty. Teddy Sheringham will play in his accustomed role just off Ian Wright, just out as coming as the support player.
Italy, meanwhile, without Di Matteo, who's suspended, and defender Ferrara injured. Nesta of Lazio comes into the defence, and to some surprise, Filippo Inzaghi of Juventus finds a place in an attacking lineup. There's no room on the subs bench for Lombardo of Crystal Palace. 3 from Juventus, 3 from Milan, plus Zola, of course. It adds up to quite a team.
Yeah, they've got Costa Curta, who'll sit behind a backline of 3, Nesta, Cannavaro and Maldini. Baggio, we think, will play on the right-hand side of midfield. Albertini, the anchor man. Di Livio up and down the left-hand side. Zola will get that little free roll he likes so much. 2 very positive attacking players, Filippo Inzaghi and Christian Vieri up front.
The referee is Mario van der Ende of Holland. The ultimate, surely, in a test of nerve for all sportsmen here. For Glenn Hoddle's men, certainly. Perhaps even more so in a way for the Italians, you know. There are such high expectations here. The crowd quite frantic in their approach. Italy favourites with the bookmakers, but there's a great imponderable, of course, whose nerves will best stand up to what will be surely a momentous night. Glenn Hoddle says he's got his strongest squad just about here, but he still feels there's a lot of work to be done, and certainly there'll be no shortage of work here in the Olympic Stadium in Rome tonight. Ron Atkinson, Italy in blue here. What do you think, though, of the England side? It's an early touch there for Lasso.
Very, very surprised, to be fair, to see both Gary Neville and Pallister left out the side. I would have liked to have seen Neville in that right-hand side position, and perhaps Beckham given a more advanced role there.
Di Livio playing it in. Cut out by a quick intervention there from Gareth Southgate. So
I know that a point's very, very important to him. I mean, a point would be precious. But I'm just wondering whether we're just a bit too static in the middle of the field, Brian, with those three midfield players.
Well, the England manager already trying to make an adjustment there. Just to remind you, it's a night really of chilling simplicity. If England win or draw, they go into the World Cup finals in France next summer. Always ball piercing the England defence there, but going behind for the goal kick.
Yeah, that was a bit of a let-off for us there. Fortunately for us, Vieri had got offside on the near side, but Inzaghi's timed his run to perfection. Just a little bit of alarm bell showing there how easily the ball went between us.
Just to complete that point, that if England lose here tonight, it's Italy who go through, and England then of course thrown onto the uncertainty of the playoffs with other teams who finish second in their group, 7 others. A great opportunity here tonight for England, but certainly don't underestimate in any way, shape or form the enormity of the task. It's easy enough to say they only need a draw, but you have to go back to 1961 to find England last winning here against Italy. Albertini setting that move going. They couldn't find Inzaghi though, number 11. Batty getting involved on the far side there. And now it's Batty again. This time finding his captain Paul Ince, and there's a foul on Ince and a free kick. Batty goes down. And the problem there from Nesta. Number 2. Playing here on his home ground, he's a Lazio player.
I don't really see much Batty did wrong there. Right? He did most things right. I think Nesta bought that one a little bit.
Surely is a free kick.
I'll tell you what is interesting though, we thought
on Gascoigne from Albertini.
We thought they'd line up. Zola looks as if he's going to play on the left-hand side early on. Him and Maldini look as if they're going to try and get forward up that left-hand side, maybe to try and exploit David Beckham's defensive deficiencies.
Inzaghi is the furthest man forward. Gascoigne playing it in towards Sheringham. Gascoigne again. Sol Campbell to Tony Adams. Campbell again. Nice touch. Beckham on the far side. Right. His first touch and a poor one. Puts Vieri in possession. And Seaman needs to come out quickly. All started with a poor ball from Ian Wright. Ince. Just wondering what you think, Ron, the attitude of the England side should be tonight, knowing that a draw would be enough. Do they come here looking for that, as some have suggested, or do they actually have to keep the tempo high, looking for a victory that would make absolutely sure?
I think without being too sort of patronising to Manchester United, they've got to try and do what Manchester United did last week and play at that high tempo. Pass the ball around, but zip it around. And if they get the chance to be ultra positive, be positive.
Gascoigne doing well. Well, he knows this ground well enough, of course, from his years with Lazio. Teddy Sheringham tried to get it through for Ian Wright, but cut out again by the Italians. Vieri making a run down here. Adams doing his job well. Vieri again. Big man now playing his football for Atletico Madrid. Ince with the overhead kick. Cannavaro, who looks to be taking right at the moment. This is Albertini. Maldini, the captain. Is there a problem here? Oh, Adams stretched out superbly there. That was snaking into that 6-yard area, and there were 2 blue shirts waiting for the slightest mistake. Adams didn't make one. And he's there big and strong with that header too. Italy doing all the attacking here. Di Livio now being pursued by Lasso. And it's either a corner or free kick. Gascoigne claims it was a dive.
Yeah, but it's needless, that, Brian.
It was in a needless area.
Yeah,
quite right.
We're building up pressure on ourselves there. We know how this little fella can ping balls in, Zola.
And it's Zola who's going to ping one in now with this free kick. A danger moment for England in its early stages. Floated deep onto the far side. Knocked away well, I think by Teddy Sheringham actually. Might get caught out here, and if Inzaghi on the far side, he's got Vieri up again, but again he's crowded out by the England players. But England just can't get into a stride at the moment, can hardly get the ball out of their own half at the moment. And still Italy pile forward, but this time it's a simple one for Seaman. Well, all the hype and all the speculation are over now. And this is really the action that counts, and people have so often been saying, well, our Italian director seems to be obsessed with looking at people in the crowd at the moment. I have to say, the action really that is important is on the pitch here. Maldini. Good jump there by Sol Campbell. Right. Beckham on the far side, a long cross towards Teddy Sheringham. Sheringham's header is there, but not guided well enough.
Superb move for England, a good, positive, bright move. Great pick out from Gascoigne to start it, a good ball across from Beckham. Sheringham just couldn't link up with Wright on the header. Much more encouraging.
Oh, Vieri's through! But he couldn't get a decisive touch, but it's a worrying situation. That's 2 or 3 times now. They've sliced open... not a chance, but a quarter chance maybe.
Well, what they're doing, they're playing in between people, and it's the exact opposites at the other end, where you're watching the Italian defenders are right behind the... Cannavaro's right behind Wright. Nesta's touch tight most of the time with Sheringham, but the England back three are letting Vieri and Inzaghi just drift in between them, and we've really... Zola in this position there is going to be a hell of a threat on that wing.
Now Maldini, who's got the legs of Campbell, but Tony Adams there again for England. This is not a promising start for England. Costa Curta playing it wide for Delivio. The Italian crowd, there's 83,000 here in the Olympic Stadium tonight, sense that Italy are doing all the right things at the moment. But that's a goal kick for England.
Just as play was developing in that little move before Delivio crossed the ball, Adams and Vieri were having a little bit of a push with each other, but that's tremendous pace. You wouldn't expect to see Maldini surge past Sol Campbell like that. Fortunately for England, just couldn't wrap his foot around the ball.
England top of their group, remember, 1 point ahead of Italy. Italy, though, remember, they won 1-0 at Wembley last February with Zola's goal. Hasn't scored for Italy since then, incidentally. Little man, 5 games without a goal. It's Gascoigne. Into Ince. Played short for Batty. Rousseau's gone forward. Wright and Sheringham are in the box. Can Gascoigne open up the way? Well, he's found David Batty. Good pass here to Beckham. Played in there again, but Ince couldn't pick it up. And here come Italy again. Vieira. Trying to get it wide to Inzaghi. Flag stays down. The ball just kept in play. Big Vieri again. Played again to Zola. And his shot goes wide. But Zola, who thrills the Chelsea fans week in and week out, you suspect that he's going to frighten a few England fans here tonight.
Yeah, and he's taking that awkward little position. I think Maldini's even calling him out there again. He's taking that awkward little position out on the left. I think, oh, we didn't quite see it on the replay there. Batty was complaining a little bit there about he being caught, he'd been hooked a little bit and appeared to be in some duress. It's almost as if Zola's going out into the wide left-hand position, having a breather, then suddenly darting back into play again.
Southgate alongside Adams. Gascoigne, don't do anything rash. Gareth Southgate again was doubtful even yesterday for this game. He was rated 50-50 by Glenn Hoddle yesterday. He's had a thigh problem. Ince. Nice little touch and a quick one by Gascoigne. And Lasso was in there to meet it. Gascoigne again. Ince, both Ince and Gascoigne, former players in Italy. Not with anything to prove, but they would certainly love to put it one over Italy here tonight. Costa Curta, the last man, to Peruzzi. Southgate did well there. Stood up good and strong there against Vieri. Beckham lying very deep. That wing-back role, it doesn't bring out the best of creations of Beckham, does it?
No, I think it takes an awful lot away from his play. He's a willing lad, he's a good distributor when he's in possession there, but I like to see him another 20-30 yards up the field, and maybe, and that understanding he has at club level and he's had at international level with Gary Neville, I think would have been invaluable to England tonight. Because they've got their two major players out on that side of the field coming against him, Maldini and Zola.
Ince took a knock there, I think is probably bleeding, and he's coming off the field. Clash of heads. England down to 10 at the moment as Delivio, the little soldier.
I think that's where the Italian coach has kidded a few people. I mean, I've never been to a big game where the teams were kept such a secret until right at the very last minute. Ince in a bit of
is in trouble. Gary Lewin there with him, and it looks as though Ince has got to go off for some repairs from the doctor, a quick stitch or a clip or something.
Yeah, I think Sheringham will just sit in a midfield role and will play right upfield until he gets back on. But mate, going back to the early point, I've never been at a game where we hadn't a clue really, had we, right until the last minute what either side was going to be, which is very unusual.
Usually there's a leak of some sort and an indication of some sort, but both sides have been shrouded in smoke screens.
I certainly think the Italian coach has sprung one here by his formation. Delivio operating on the right.
I don't think Zola will get to that.
And Zola sort of coming from, as I say, coming from that left-hand position. He's caught him just about with he's a bit unfortunate. Well, he's very unfortunate there. He's just been caught by an elbow.
And also, the point to make is that the dressing rooms are some way. This is a huge stadium. And if they've got to go to the dressing room to do the stitching or whatever is needed for Paul Ince, it might be a minute or two before he's back. England down to 10. Gascoigne. That's a free kick. He's still enormously popular in Rome, is Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, he's looked quite sparky at the moment. I mean, that's a nice little touch, deliberate foul. But we really need him somehow or other operating outside the edge of their penalty box, doing those little tricks and 1-2s.
Tony Adams stayed back. Teddy Sheringham now is right forward.
Yeah, I don't think they'll commit or overcommit yet till Ince is back on the field. I mean, we're being pushed back anyway.
Patty. Gascoigne, a little touch. Lasso. Patty again. Sheringham. England, of course, beat Italy in the Tournoi de France. 2-0 in the summer. Cool head there to go with the cool hands that David Seaman has. Safe hands too. Patty. Oh, lovely turn by Gascoigne. Well, he turned Albertini left and right there. But that wasn't really what was required.
Well, I think what we're looking for from Paul Gascoigne tonight is to do his trick and then try and hurt people. Now, to be fair, once he's done his little trick behind his heel, he really, apart from Ian Wright, has nothing to hit up front. Whereas he'd be wanting to play a ball through them, he had to sort of just drop it off square and play safe again.
Paolo Maldini. Okay. That's Ferrara on the right, I think the injured Juventus defender. Glenn Hoddle. Clements.
He'll be so anxious. I mean, there's enough on the game anyway. But he'll be looking, thinking, come on, Paul, come on, Doc, stitch him, for God's sake, get him up here a bit quick.
Yes, I wouldn't fancy being a doctor doing that. I think my hands would be shaking a little bit on the emotion of a night like this to put some stitches in somebody's head wound. Inzaghi playing it in, and Seaman goes down as well. Vieri was close at hand. But the Italians at the moment are making all the running. There's no question of that, with just over a quarter of an hour gone. Beckham on the far side. But certainly since he took over, Glenn Hoddle has got more things right than he's got wrong, and so maybe some master plan here somewhere that will spring the right sort of result for England.
I have to say, some of the selections are very brave, I think.
The point also to be made is that although Italy have had so much of the game, you have to say Seaman has not really had a seriously testing moment.
Yeah, they're the one when Vieri really didn't control it, wasn't
Now
it?
there's Beckham's free kick.
As you say, that's the only occasion they've really put it.
He tries to get there. Vieri beat him to it. Here come the Italians again. Inzaghi on the far side. Zola's made a terrific run down the left-hand side for him. But here's Sheringham, but there's a foul by Sol Campbell. I think that's a yellow card for Sol Campbell. He's already on a yellow card. So I guess that means if England go into a playoff tonight, they'll have to do it without Sol Campbell. A win or a draw, enough to put England through. A defeat puts Italy through, and England then go into the playoffs. The draw for which will be held in Zurich on Monday, the first leg of the playoff. Of course, Sol Campbell would miss. Little Zola on the far side, whipping the cross in. It was Beckham with the header away. Maldini playing it wide for Di Livio. Rousseau trying to persuade him to go down the line. Eventually forces his way inside. Albertini. Vieri trying to make a run for it, but Campbell read that well for England. I think Glenn Hoddle's getting worried that they're still playing without Paul Ince. He sent one of the training staff, I think it's Glenn Roeder, down there to the dressing room to see just what is happening and how much longer we've got to wait to come back to full strength. So they're anxious moments there for the England manager. They get a throw at the moment, England, and they're coming up towards 20 minutes at 0-0. Di Livio, good control. Played on here by Dino Baggio. Beckham into right. Touch for Sheringham. Back to Beckham again. Here's Batty. They're so available on this left touchline. Still no sign of Paul Ince. Gascoigne. Right, being subdued at the moment, and to be fair, getting few opportunities.
Yeah, he's roaming from side to side, but he's got Cannavaro right against him, and then Costa Curta tucked in behind him, and at the moment Nesta's free as well, so he really is up against it on his own there.
It's Dino Baggio. Vieri and Zola in the middle there.
That's intelligent play from Lassola. Wouldn't just pushed him inside, made him just slant a narrow ball right into the top where we're packed with defenders.
Foul on right by Nesta.
And here's Ince.
And Paul Ince is back with blood on his shirt as we look again at great cheers from the 7,000 England fans who are here in this 83,000 crowd. I've no doubt in due course Gary Newbon or somebody down there will tell us just how many stitches. It's quite a wound on the top of his forehead there. The doc's done a good job, and we're back at full strength. Albertini. Beckham will pick this one up, maybe, yes. But it's a long, hopeful ball. No trouble for Peruzzi. Over on that far side, and now Maldini. Zola. Oh, and lovely dummy played by Vieri. We understand he's had 3 stitches in the wound, Paul Ince. Free kick to England.
That's about the 4th time Ian Wright's been knocked down, hasn't it, by Cannavaro?
Chance now to put a little bit of pressure on the Italian defence. Beckham behind this one. With him all things are possible. It's fairly optimistic actually. It's so far out. It's got to be not far short of 35-40 yards.
I think you should go for it, Don. I think you should thud it, just to try and lift the England team.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't. He's floated it in towards Tony Adams. And they've got it away eventually.
Bit unlucky there. Bit unlucky. Nice. Stood the ball in nicely, and Adams nearly knocked it down into the danger zone.
It's Beckham again. Italians have a fantastic record here in Rome. They played 13 World Cup qualifiers in this stadium and won all 13, and they played 2 in Rome before this stadium was built. They won that as well. 15 out of 15 World Cup qualifiers they've won here in Rome, and Cesare Maldini, the 65-year-old coach of Italy, will be hoping that that continues.
Well, we saw Juventus lose their unbeaten Champions League record last week, didn't we? Let's hope lightning does strike twice.
Ian Wright. And Albertini gets it away. Vieri running into trouble, but finds a very good ally again in Albertini. Tries to get to Zola. Southgate does well. Plays it comfortably to Wright, but Wright again can't get going. Scored a terrific goal against the Italians in the tournoi, as did Paul Scholes. The 2-0 win. Here's Lasso. Gascoigne's going outside him. No foul. Here come Italy. Lasso's out of position, led by Zola. Vieri and Inzaghi up front. Here's D'Olivio, trying to play it in. An offside flag is up against Inzaghi.
Yeah, it was good marshalling by Tony Adams there. Very cool. Made sure he knew where Campbell was. Just marshaled it to catch Inzaghi offside.
Talk about smoke screens, but Glenn Hoddle certainly put one up yesterday at all his press conferences, suggesting that maybe Tony Adams wouldn't play. Of course, Tony's only had, 6 games or so since a long layoff. But so far, Adams is, in his usual way, has done everything the defence could ask him to do. Here he is again. Curving the ball out to David Beckham on the far side. Ince battling away in spite of those 3 stitches in his head wound. Italian down on the far side. Beckham sidestepping it and plays the ball out sportingly. This is the injury again. No fault of Paul Ince as far as I could see.
Definitely not. Oh no, it looks very much as if he's, I don't know if that's a hamstring. Talking to some Italian journalists before the game who did say that he wasn't in the best condition. Maldini. Whether the inference was that it may be carrying a few little knocks.
A man with 82 international caps behind him in a game of this importance is one you don't want to lose.
Especially when he showed the turn of pace he did when he went past Campbell early on.
So here come England again. Gascoigne on the ball. A little shimmy, gets nowhere with it, except that England get a free kick.
I think that's something Paul Gascoigne might have learned in this stadium. If he does get bullied off the ball, he makes sure there's still a reward for it.
Zola the culprit. Now can England find something here? It'll be Beckham who serves the ball in. Goodness knows there are enough white shirts in there, and the Italians get it away in the end quite comfortably. D'Olivio. Played up to Inzaghi. Here's little Zola. And Rousseau got a touch in, and Batty got the touch here. Batty for England. Sheringham for England. Out to David Beckham in a more advanced position. Wright is up there as well. He's trying to find Ian Wright. But Costa Curta with a headed clearance for Italy, and a free kick again, a foul on Gascoigne.
So a good thing, it gives us a chance to build the pressure on the Italians, and you know, we've got good headers of the ball, and we've got good deliverers of the ball, and we may just connect with one of these. Particularly the one reduced with this fella not on the field yet.
He'll be back. I don't know, maybe he won't be. Looking a little uncomfortable there. Free kick coming. Maldini's back. I think it's the left ankle that's the problem for him. Gascoigne. Beckham. Playing it towards Sheringham. Oh, and a great shot there by Ince. First really serious shot on either goal, and it came from England's captain, and Peruzzi was happy just to get in the way of it and fist it away. Started in fact again by Sheringham's header. This looks better for England now. Maldini's there.
I tell you what, Brian, it started from a very, very cleverly worked free kick. Instead of playing it to the obvious angle, the free kick, they played it square, and Sheringham gets himself against little D'Olivio there, and that Ince is desperately unlucky with that, both the shot and the return.
In the meantime, Batty finds Beckham. Nesta gets it away, but Maldini can't keep it in play.
That was very, very intelligent. I wonder what Sheringham was doing on the ball when it was that angle, but as soon as he touches it off, he makes and runs straight against D'Olivio.
Beckham once again. This time it's Batty. Beckham again. So now Batty. Real high up and under, which Wright starts to go for but doesn't get. Zola hooks it away up towards Inzaghi. Given away. England get possession again, looking more comfortable now. Played long there to Gascoigne. And Peruzzi quickly out of his goal. England fans felt that was a back pass. It clearly wasn't.
It's a good header, but the way he worked to get into that position, Sheringham, that wasn't just accident. That was a brilliant workout from the training ground, if you like.
Beckham, the Italians well aware of Sheringham's heading ability. He scored that fine-headed goal for Manchester United last week against Juventus. Here's Rousseau. Down the line this time, looking for Wright. That's another free kick.
I think that's worth a booking now. He's had it about 3 or 4 times, and I think Glenn Huddle's probably thinking that. He's taken him out.
That's Costa Curta. And Maldini's coming off. And Benarivo, number 14, is coming on. That's a real big blow for the Italians. So Benarivo plays for Palmer, captains Palmer in fact. He's no novice, is Benarivo. He's got 21 Italian caps under his belt. But Maldini is a wonderful influence on this side. That's out of play. And Beckham, that's a stupid thing to do. David Beckham, already on a yellow card. The ball had gone out of play. D'Olivio was trying to get it back, and Beckham did that. Senseless.
And could well have cost himself a place if
senseless.
we have to go to a next game.
No greater admirer than me of David Beckham, I must say. I mean, he's lit up the game in so many areas. But that's a little area that he's really got to curb. A long ball there, easy for David Seaman.
Who has, as you said earlier, has had a comparatively comfortable first half an hour.
Here's Southgate. The little chip forward. Is that Lasso up there? So it was Lasso right up there.
And that's right in the left
Right.
full-back position.
David Beckham. Chipped in towards Sheringham. Here's Ince. It's going to be an England throw.
Well, you don't want to talk too soon, do you? But it's getting encouraging at the moment. We've held their little flurry at the start, and we look as if we're starting to develop and grow here.
Up goes Sheringham. And a free kick given. No troubles in the crowd. There's not too much of that. Benarivo, too high for Vieri, easy for Lasso. Does well, but it's taken quite a juddering knock on that left leg. Ian Wright playing it wide to Beckham on the far side, and Lasso is still down. A bit of refereeing as well, you know, Ron.
Yes.
There were all sorts of worries, I think, in certain areas of our press when this Dutch referee said how much he loved Italy and loved Italian food, and we wonder whether we get a fair shake.
He's cleared it. D'Olivio's going to make sure that he causes damage there.
Plenty of people love Italy and love Italian food, but maybe it wasn't the wisest thing for him to say. But he's played it very strongly at the moment, this Dutch referee.
Well, Italy have certainly got an excellent substitute. Benarivo, he's an excellent player.
They want to get Lasso back on. The referee hasn't seen it yet, and they're waving frantically on this bottom touchline. Now they'll get him on.
I'll say if anything, lo and behold, it doesn't. But if we do have a problem with Lasso, at least we've got good cover in there as well, haven't we? With either of the Neville brothers.
The Neville brothers. There's little D'Olivio, I think he's a Roman. Yes, he's comes from Rome, was discarded in his early part by the Roma club, and has now found fame and fortune up in Turin with Juventus.
He's their workaday player, and he's up and down, tireless. Doesn't get an awful lot of goals, but a little competitor, and sometimes, as you saw there, overzealous.
And he's played in all 9 games under Cesare Maldini, so Maldini knows his worth. But here Italy again. It's number 5 Cannavaro, up to D'Olivio. So trying to keep him at bay. He's got support from Gascoigne. And now Southgate. Back to David Seaman. Up towards Sheringham. Wins a good header there. Finds Ian Wright with it. Ian Wright with a nice turn. And Lasso has made a good break here. Sheringham's gone into the box there, but I don't think he'll quite get there. And in the end, Benarivo gets it away to Sol Campbell.
Lovely inviting ball from Lasso.
That's going to be an England throw.
Signs are getting encouraging, Brian, aren't they?
Well, you're always one to tempt Providence. I'm not. But it's after the first 5 or 10 minutes, it had to get better.
And I think this one could be, they're at it again.
I think there's problems here in the crowd. Away to our right, a long way to our right. The police with batons.
You do get the impression they relish that, don't you, the police?
Well, we didn't see what went on before it, but it's a miserable scene. Paulins. Who we got behind this? Gascoigne behind this one. Trying to float it in again towards Tony Adams, just too high for him. They're being goaded by sections of the England fans. I'm assuming there are England fans there. There are England flags all around there. Benarivo. Here's little Zola. Looking for the spark, looking for the way to open things up, but not like that. Lasso's there, and he goes through the challenge. Gascoigne plays it gently to Batty, forward, and bad pass that time by Batty. Up goes Sol Campbell, and he's missed it. He's mistimed his jump. Fortunately for England, Tony Adams was just behind Inzaghi. Ince. Forgive me for reminding you again, England need a draw or a victory here to qualify for the World Cup finals in France next summer. You can just imagine how the tension is going to build if this scoreline stays the same right through the second half towards the end. Benarivo. Nesta. Used to be a teammate of Gascoigne's, Lazio, in fact. He accidentally broke Gascoigne's leg about 3 years ago, the man on the ball at the moment in the training ground accident. Inzaghi. Albertini. Found Vieri. Inzaghi trying to get it back into the path of Vieri, and there was a clash there, and it's a free kick for Italy. It's Tony Adams who went in.
I think the big fella will be very lucky to escape without a booking here.
I think he's going to escape without a booking. Certainly took Vieri out of the play.
What he has done, Brian, of course, he's left us in what we would call Zola land, haven't he?
Well, Zola land. The little man. It's still nearly 30 yards out.
I'd still like to see somebody on the line from this, though. Albertini can whack him as well. He might be getting teed up.
Albertini's got a great free kick. And it's deflected wide, but only just, and it's a corner. From Albertini. Italian fans have found their voices again.
Oh, that's a fortunate
the
one.
Italian police are charging the fans again. Away to our right as Zola takes this free kick, but it's gone far too far, and there's Teddy Sheringham on the far side with all the time in the world to get it clear. What I understand from the touchline from Gary Newbon is that's an unofficial England section there. We knew that there were 7,000 England fans who came here legitimately with tickets, who are perfectly well behaved at the other end of the field. But we also knew there was something like 1,000 who'd come without tickets, and presumably it is they who are, or at least a small element of them, who are causing trouble for the police there. Costa Curta playing it forward, up to Inzaghi. Sol Campbell so close to him, Batty doing a bit as well. Benarivo trying to get the ball in, but it comes to Vieri. And again England get it away. And look, it's Gascoigne on one of those surging runs of his, and he's got right up there with him as well, but in the end the Italians were coming back too hard at him, and he had to hurry his pass.
And the problem he's got there, he's only got one guy ahead of him that can really run off the ball in right. Sheringham's pulling short for a ball to feet. This is that incident where Campbell's just managed to get the last one, that's the toe in. Here's the surge, that's what we like. Oh, missed it again.
Delivio with the throw. Coming towards half-time, it would be a great psychological milestone for Glenn Hoddlesman if they could get to the interval with a score at 0-0. Gareth Southgate backs off, and Italy come forward again. Albertini to Nesta. Problems in the crowd again. This is a great run by the fullback Nesta. There's his cross. It's a deep one towards Vieri on the far side. And Campbell, in fact, in leaping for that ball, bowled Vieri over. The referee had a good look at it and didn't never any thought of a penalty or any sort of punishment there. Here comes Albertini again. Italy looking for a real surge as they come towards the interval. Crossed in by Benarivo, and the header by Vieri, weak and well wide.
I think one of the things that's helped Glenn Hoddle's cause at the moment, if it stays like it's till half-time, we haven't seen Dino Baggio make one surge from the middle of the park yet. He's been prepared to sit there and maybe let Zola get into the penalty box. That's great work from Sheringham.
Great work from Sheringham. And he's found Wright. Wright in turn, trying to find Beckham, but he was played too short, but he gets a free kick. There was a foul on Wright. Beckham with the free kick. Maldini with a little anxiety as the half-time whistle approaches. Problems there. Played on, and it was Ian Wright who got Sol Campbell up there as well. She got the header in. Beckham's free kick.
Yeah, it's narrowly wide.
Days are returning, it seems, where you have to keep one eye on the field and one eye on the terraces as well to keep up to date with things. That's a free kick to Italy. Right, David Seaman. Lining up the wall. It's that man Zola. He's curled well, he's a fantastic footballer, but he's something of an optimist if he thinks he's going to beat David Seaman, I would have thought, from that sort of range with that sort of free kick.
It's a long time up in the air. I mean, even if it's on target, Seaman's got plenty of time to see that.
There'll be a little bit of stoppage time, obviously, for the injuries to Maldini and to Paul Ince. Although Ince came off, didn't he? There shouldn't be any time for that. Summing up the first half, though, Ron, as we just have a look at Teddy Sheringham here. Ball came his way. He tried to flick that through again for Lasso, and Lasso's made some good, intelligent runs down this left flank. And there'll be a yellow card here for Paul Gascoigne.
I think anybody that touches anybody in the game now and they go over, they're running the risk of a yellow card. The atmosphere and that is so sort of high. I don't think that is a foul, actually. It looks as if he's won the ball there, Gascoigne. He's very unlucky there. He's got a touch on the ball, and I think, was it Baggio's just gone over?
Yeah, Dino Baggio. Here's a free kick, anyhow.
First half, if it stays like this, very satisfactory. We started edgy. We didn't look right at the back. We got one or two things going, and we've given pretty well as good as we've got. Been a few little heart-stopping moments there at the back. Might
be one now. Zola gets possession on the edge of the box again. Plenty of activity in that box. The air is on them. Looked as though he tried to knock that in with his hand, actually.
I think if he'd have focused on the ball, then he might have given us a very anxious moment.
Great ball in.
Slanted ball. He nearly intercepted the keeper.
Oh, given away there. That was badly given away. A slack ball by Sheringham, but England got it back again. Not Sheringham, it can't have been Sheringham. But it was a slack ball, Beckham possibly.
Beckham, yeah.
Albertini.
I just wonder whether the team has sensed that they're very close to half-time and have started to, if you like, try and hang on a little bit.
Well, there's a huge clock at one end of the stadium. England's throw.
I think we looked better when we controlled it and kept the ball. I know it's easy to say when you're sat up here and all the pressure and the tension that are on those lads now. Just take the heat out of the game for a little while.
Getting it forward again towards Sheringham, but Nestor's out there keeping a close watch on Teddy Sheringham. Albertini, Zola, Di Livio, Vieri, turning well against Gareth Southgate. They claim a handball there by Ince, and the referee agrees with them. Ince claims no, it wasn't. So there could be the last little crisis moment, with nearly 3 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half now. So who's going to have a pop at this? Albertina's there.
Vieri's there. It's a left-footed shot. He's got a big left foot on him, hasn't he?
And Vieri it is. A big left foot. But not a very accurate one.
And we'll be very happy if he keeps hitting them like that all evening. Ince is virtually on top of him by the time he's going to strike him.
34 minutes of time added on by the Dutch referee. Well, that wasn't a very good pick by Seaman, but it fortunately fell to an England player. Here's Lasso, played on again towards Paul Gascoigne. And now trying to get Wright away, just a fraction too ahead of him, but suddenly Wright saw something of a possibility there.
I mean, Ian Wright does that. I mean, his work rate, he hasn't achieved an awful lot in terms of goal-scoring attempts, but he's run across the line, he's tried to run down gullies to be linked up with, and he doesn't always get the support when he's playing like this he deserves.
Hit long towards Inzaghi, Sol Campbell in good control there, found Beckham, and now it's with Ince, and here's Gascoigne, played easily and accurately to Sheringham. Sheringham finds Lasso. Sheringham again. Gascoigne. Sheringham once again. This is a better England move again. Beckham, and it might come into Sheringham. Didn't quite hit it, probably Beckham! Oh, just over! That was a terrific England move, the best move of the game by far.
Oh, that was incisive, good passing quality. Feeds him in, it's a pity in a way Teddy couldn't let that go past his body, but at least he's got the awareness to spot Beckham in, and he can't quite get over it, but that was great football.
And virtually the first time we've seen Beckham in a really forward position. Well, come on, referee, we've played over 5 minutes of time added on. Unless my watch has gone crazy. Benarivo. Inside to Albertini. Well, there goes the half-time whistle. England on course at the moment with Glenn Hoddle. The draw would be enough, remember, but you fancy there are many more dramas yet to come. At half-time then here in the Olympic Stadium in Rome in this vital qualifying game for the World Cup. Italy 0, England 0.
Welcome back. Italy 0, England 0 after 45 minutes in the Olympic Stadium, Rome. Terry Venables and John Barnes with me. Terry, I guess a nervous opening 15 minutes was to be expected, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's normal. They're going to put a lot of pressure on England, and they're going to see how they cope with it. And really, it was a little edgy, but at the same time, David was never in any problem area at all, I didn't think.
No, they settled well, in fact, England, didn't they, John, after that 15 minutes or so?
Yeah, once they settled down, passed the ball well, created a few chances. As Terry says, the first 15 minutes was always going to be difficult. So although Italy had a lot of possession, they didn't work the keeper at all. I don't think David had a save to make. So they didn't cause us too many problems.
You said created chances. Let's have a look. I mean, the two best chances of the first half, really. Terry, first of all, Paul Ince volley.
Yeah, the ball was actually flighted. Teddy's on the half-turn so he can get a big view of what's around him. He nods it back well. Ince is not even in the picture. He takes it tremendously well. Either side of the keeper is great chance of scoring. Looks like it's going to come back for him to head it past him, but it's just the angle. So that was a good opportunity and very, very unfortunate there.
And then 3 minutes into time added on, John, David Beckham began and had the chance to finish one.
Yeah, this was the best move of the match. You know, we're on the halfway line, passing the ball around. This was after maybe 4 or 5 passes in itself. David was stuck out on the right, but here he comes in field to get involved, plays a great ball into Teddy and follows it. And it's a little bit more to his left. I mean, he could have slipped Ian right in, but, you know, that's it's a good opportunity. And that was the best move of the match. And every now and again, when England got composed, they played some good stuff.
OK, thank you for now. Well, there is another big sporting event later tonight on ITV. For those of you with real staying power, the Japanese Grand Prix from Suzuka, the race that could decide this year's championship. It's live at 4:30 in the morning with a replay of the whole race at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And coming up on Saturday the 1st of November, our Sports Awards for 1997, live on ITV at 9 o'clock. And there's a chance for you at home to decide one of the awards by choosing the ITV Barclaycard Champion of British Sport. To vote for your favourite, and remember they must be British, phone 0891 333 333. That's 0891 333 333. But the half-time story is Italy 0, England 0. The rest of the match is next.
Start of the second half. England, same 11. Italy have made a substitution. Enrico Chiesa has come on, the Parma striker, in place of Inzaghi. There he is. He's 5 caps to his credit. So a relative newcomer. 3 goals in those 5 games. And the one quality he has is he is extremely quick. Quite a prolific goal scorer with Parma. England with a free kick in the opening minute of the second half. David Beckham will take it. Curled in low. Beckham getting it back to Adams. I know it's the old cliche, but what do you think Glenn Hoddle's first half or half-time talk was all about?
I would think that the word he used most in his half-time talk would be concentration and focus. Concentration. Once you started your game, once they got the game going, they look more than useful and look more than capable of winning the game.
Dino Baggio back to Delivio.
But these opening stages often determine whether a side slept in at half-time, whether they're not switched on right away.
Adams. Ball just wouldn't come to him quickly enough, but he got the header in and was helped by Ince. Beckham playing it down the line. Sorry, Ron.
And of course they've got the surprise element a little bit with Chiesa at the moment. England have got to have a look at him. All right, they'll have had the cards marked what sort of player he is, but there's nothing like actually playing against the guy to know his strengths. And as you say, he's very, very rapid.
Here's Albertini. Say if he was allowed to go much further, he might have been tempted to have a strike himself.
Yeah, the significant thing for me about that move as well, as Albertini was bringing the ball out, Baggio was starting to make forward runs. Now, when you've seen Baggio in the past, that's the picture you have of him, thrusting hard from midfield. And I think as the game develops, if Italy don't score, we'll see more and more of that. Which, of course, means that when we get the ball, at least it gives us more chances to counter-attack quickly.
Zola. Benariva. Oh, he's got his cross in well there towards Vieri. Adams was up. Delivio's on the far side there. Up goes Adams again, and he didn't get to that header, but there was a foul on him. Just to continue the medical report, Paul Ince there, he had 2 further stitches put in his head at half-time, making a total of 5.
You see Chiesa coming on, busy himself already. Doesn't look at the ball on that one. Looks immediately at the defender. I always think that's a problem for people. At the moment, England stock ball as well. You see, when it comes to either Lasso or Beckham, they open the body out and try and slide that one down the side into the space that the Italian fullbacks have vacated. That's all right when it's on Ian Wright's side. not quite the same when Teddy Sheringham's going for it.
Cannavaro to Zola. Benavista. And the shots winging away from Dino Baggio. Over the top and well wide. And a goal kick.
That's a nice little flick, and that's ominous. He's pushing closer and closer towards his goal, and I think David Seaman might have had it all on if that had been on target. Good little flick. Instant made his mark on the game there, Chiesa.
Beckham gets it back. Oh, my goodness, David Seaman left that a bit late. Free kick to Italy.
I think what we've got to do, Brian, is try and stop their flow very quickly, and the best way we can do it at the moment, England, is to try and put some passes together quickly.
Well, the first few minutes of the second half are a replica of the first few minutes of the first. Albertini playing it in. England seeking to get it away. Gascoigne just lifting it to Batty. Batty trying to run with it and gets himself dispossessed, but gets the free kick. Fouled by Zola. These next 40 minutes are going to take some watching. Fancy it's going to be real edge of the seat stuff. Chiesa and Ince.
That's that little incident in the box.
To eyeball.
Yeah, when Dilivio lofted the cross in.
Here's Nesta over on this left-hand side, getting the ball forward to Bellarivo. Towards Zola. Here's Vieri. Albertini. Dino Baggio's made that break again that Ron was telling you about. I don't think Dilivio will keep that in. England's throw. Well, there's the VIP department. Now let's look at the department that really matters on the field here. Oh, that wasn't a good ball by Sheringham. It was a loose ball.
It's bouncing back off our front people a little bit too much at the moment. Whether they haven't really come out of the dressing room yet. And you don't expect Terry Sheringham to give the ball away cheaply like that.
Zola going round Sheringham this time. Ince trying to halt his progress. Dilivio. Played in again. Zola's little ball towards Vieri. And it's Beckham rather desperately getting the ball, actually buying a bit of time by playing it down there. Ian Wright charging in this direction, covering a lot of ground, but Nesta comfortably back to Peruzzi. And here come the Italians again. Again, staking a claim to this left-hand side of the field with Gianfranco Zola to Vieri.
Does give Beckham a nasty problem, you know. He's got two coming at him all the while now, and two very good players again.
Vieri. And Nesta going a long way. Until he was stopped by Gareth Southgate. Albertini. Benarivo. And Albertini getting it back. Adams slipped for a moment. Batty kept his feet well. Finds Gascoigne.
That's good play. That's good play. He's controlling. He's took the heat. He's put his foot on the ball and popped it about for us.
Here's Gascoigne. Oh, but the whistle's gone. I was just thinking a moment ago that we haven't seen a Gascoigne spectacular in this game so far, but he's played so sensibly, hasn't he?
Very much so, yeah. He's took the heat out of it when it's necessary. I think he's had quite a good, particularly in possession. He hasn't tried anything weird and wonderful. He's just kept the thing flowing, and he's played, you said the word, sensibly.
Here's the free kick for England.
Having said that, we're probably going to have a shot from here now.
Nesta getting the better of Sheringham, getting support over on the far side from Delivio, but England again in possession. Beckham comes back to Beckham again. Free kick given. Now this could be interesting. Just outside the box, right central. A chance now for England. Could be Beckham and it could be Gascoigne. The Italians are not happy with this. But a foul by Nesta. It wasn't Nesta actually, but it was on David Beckham.
It didn't look a foul either, did it?
Albertini.
It was a stumble job there, I think. I think he was stumbling. I think Albertini's got caught up with him.
So who do you fancy here? Beckham? Ooh, he almost had a little go there. Peruzzi.
I'd like to see Beckham. I know Gascoigne can whack him, but I think Beckham is special at these.
But he hits it straight into the wall, David Beckham. And a yellow card. Presumably that's to Delivio, or is it to Costa Curta?
Well, it looked very much like Delivio, where he thought he's charged out.
Delivio's already been booked, so it can't. It's Costa Curta. But what it means, another free kick. Beckham again with it. Presumably the wall broke too soon.
This would be poetic from Rotterdam a few years ago from a retaken free kick, wouldn't it?
Just? Now, what are they going to do here? There's a lot of movement there. Beckham again. He's floated it just too high.
That's a poor one. By his standards, I think it's a poor one. Hadn't really got any anger in it. He just really chipped it up.
So Costa Curta is the man who got the booking. And it remains at 0-0. And remember, forgive me if you're already know this, if England win or draw here, they qualify for the World Cup finals. If they lose, Italy go through, and England then are thrown on to the playoffs, the draw for which will be held on Monday. And it's a two-legged affair against 7 other teams who finish second in their group. Albertini. Oh, it's as well that David Batty just got a foot on that. And a good foot on that. Lasso playing it in for Sheringham. On towards Wright. It's a thankless job tonight for Ian Wright, but he's been chasing everywhere. Ince going in hard. Sol Campbell going in hard. Played the ball. I'm not sure whether he's given a free kick or a throw here. A throw. Yes, it was a perfectly good challenge by Campbell.
In a game like this, you know, the modern-day striker, particularly in the away team, he doesn't have a hard job, doesn't he? I mean, we expect him to score goals righty, but today he's probably covered more ground than anybody just in the team's course.
Southgate getting there first. Delivio being forced right across the line there. Then swings it back again. Tony Adams is there for England. Here's Albertini for Italy. Dino Baggio. Delivio. Albertini. Oh, and England get possession. Good work by Sheringham. And that's going to be an England throw. Maldini has gone crazy on the line there. The FIFA official says you've got to get back. Anyway, the Italian official was absolutely incensed by that. They thought that was an Italian throw. It gives an idea also of how worked up they're getting now and how anxious they're becoming now as the minutes tick away.
I would think the discouraging part from Cesare Maldini's point of view must be how England are starting to grow again, exactly like they did in the first half. It's not a question of just hanging on now. They're playing with the composure they finished the half with.
So Beckham's in there. Now Wright's in there, but he couldn't get hold of it. suddenly out of nothing there was a chance opening up there, and here's Sol Campbell. There's the little cross in, but it's not really accurate enough.
Problem he's got there, Brian, we had one player in the box.
Yeah.
They had it was about 4 blue shirts, and that player was the furthest one away in, right?
So free kick quickly taken. It's Chiesa. And a challenge by Southgate. The throw to Italy.
Good work from Southgate. They never really let Chiesa get a head of steam up against him.
Benarivo. It's a deep cross and it's too deep. There's nobody there in a blue shirt. They'll be disappointed with that, and Lasso just hammers that ball away. Look who's chasing out there again. Ian Wright, a lost cause, but he's always around.
The incident just before when the ball got crossed from the left was probably the first real semblance of a chance that Ian Wright's had, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Half an hour to go now. And an England throw. Well, a lot of atmosphere, and I can tell you that's where it's coming from at the moment.
There's also a very real chance. We were having a chat at half-time, weren't we, between ourselves, when Del Piero was going to come on. I know he's doing a very big warm-up at the moment.
Another Italian down. In the meantime, it's Zola looking to cause mischief now. Faced by Ince. Batty going away. Dino Baggio gets it played back in again. Vieri. Chiesa on the far side. Oh, he's done well here. Problems for England. Good work by Seaman. That's the first real test David Seaman's had. And there was a mistake in the England defence, and Chiesa pounced on it hungrily.
And that would have been ironic if we'd conceded from an old-fashioned ball up in the middle that I think Vieri managed to get the touch on. Just before, that's a clever little trick, and this is a lightning reaction from the goalkeeper. Yeah, he doesn't expect to get beat there, but it's a good, strong fist away. But all came about from a big header that Vieri won.
Well, David Seaman right out of his goal to take this free kick for England. Bang forward towards Sheringham. Wright's in there as well, but the Italians get it away once more. Batty trying to keep it going, momentum going. Sheringham plays it back again. Gascoigne, the sensible ball to Ince, and here's another one now to Beckham. Just labels it forward for Paul Ince. Wright and Sheringham are waiting in the middle. Gascoigne lost it for a moment, regained it, and then found Ince with a good ball here. Now a cross deflected on its way. Albertini. Hit long towards Chiesa. Vieri. Can England get it away? Benarivo. And Sheringham for England. He's only got Ian Wright up, so he has to play it wide here for Beckham.
I think that's the time he made the right selection there, Sheringham. This is the time now. There's nothing ahead of them to go for at the moment. Nobody's on for a killing pass. Keep the ball for a while, take the sting out. The crowd have just lifted themselves, Brian, as if they realise that they've got to try and play their part now.
It's another free kick to England.
It breaks the rhythm up, it stops the momentum of the game, and that's not bad for us at the moment. It's no good just throwing the ball into areas where we haven't got players.
Alessandro Del Piero to come on now. Presumably Vieri, would it be, do you think, going off?
I would have thought so.
Well, the kick's been taken, the game's going on. It's with Beckham. Oh, he's gone past Benarivo. Benarivo got back at him, and that's a yellow card for Benarivo and a free kick for England.
That was nice and positive from Beckham there.
Now let's see who they're taking off. Well, can you believe it? They're taking off Zola.
I would have to think the thinking behind that is, one, a straight replacement. mean, Del Piero is more of a sort of second striker than somebody that likes to play right up front.
But for all that, does that surprise you?
Not over much. I mean, I hope I'm not tempting fate. I'm quite glad he's left Vieri on, to be honest.
Right, it's Beckham with the free kick. It's floated in on the far side, and I think it was Gascoigne's header.
Oh, it was Gazza in there.
Corner given.
They do that little corner a lot now, England, where there's a spin-off. Sheringham spins round the back, but on that occasion, Beckham just didn't get the ball beyond the players.
Sheringham also has a little go where he meets something on the volley when the corner's played in low, but not on this occasion. Or maybe he's there, though, Sheringham. It didn't quite reach him, and it's a free kick, a foul by Terry Sheringham.
They certainly look for that one, just the corner of the 6-yard box.
That's right.
The little, if you like, the little Tottenham one last year and the year before.
Now seeking to get behind their team towards Big Vieri. Tony Adams beat him in the air.
I think that's the reason why Vieri's been kept on, for his aerial power.
Olivio playing in a more central role now. Benarivo tried to find Vieri, but Ince was blocking the way. Campbell thought for a moment he'd given that one away in a dangerous area. In fact, another yellow card being flashed, I guess, at Albertini. And a free kick to England. Well, I hope their celebrations are not premature. Seaman hitting it long towards Sheringham. Bounces unexpectedly at his feet off defender Nesta, and Wright can't keep it in play. Cannavaro hitting it forward. Adams doing a great job there. Del Piero trying to make something of it.
I think Batty should have a little look at the position behind him, because I think that Del Piero's trying to sneak into that, and I don't think it's an area where the centre-backs can deal with it comfortably. I think in Batty we've got an ideal fella to cover that gap.
It's Del Piero. And Benarivo behind it. Del Piero with this free kick. Getting Nesta to come forward. Vieri is obviously a big target as well for them. This is a crucial moment. He delivers usually a very good free kick, but not on that occasion. Italy's throw. Benarivo did well. Outwitted Gascoigne there. Curta. Played in there. Adams again. Real tower of strength in that England defence. Well, Del Piero nearly lost out, and Gascoigne lost it badly there. Just England need just a reminder of the need to be concentrated and disciplined. Can you imagine what Glenn Hoddle's going through now? I know he's a man with a great inner strength and very often doesn't show his feelings, but his stomach must be churning now, knowing that if it stays this way, England qualify. There are so many ifs and ands in the 23 minutes or so that are left.
It's like a game of chess at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it?
Do you bring a defender on and make sure you're solid, or do you bring something like Scholes on to carry the fight a little bit?
I tell you, it's tough to watch it as well, isn't it? You know, it's Del Piero going down here.
Yeah, that was a bit of an ugly foul, wasn't it? Not nasty, but a clumsy one there.
Now Chiesa with a kick. And plenty in there. Vieri will be an obvious target for him, but he hasn't hit a very good one, and in the end it goes behind for the corner. Came off the England defender. Didn't touch another Italian.
You almost feel as if the Italians realise this particular moment in the game's their last throw of the dice, because they've certainly upped their tempo a little bit.
Dino Baggio in there, Vieri in there, Del Piero at the near post. But again, England get it away safely. Albertini, getting it back to Albertini. Sure, England fans everywhere would love to see the ball now in the other half of the field. We've seen it down there for too long. Good work by Wright. And then he's pulled down by Cannavaro, and that's a free kick.
That was brilliant on Wright. He stopped, he broke the game up. In other words, he's died in the team's cause.
There's Lombardo.
I mean, we all said Ian Rush was the best centre forward for the defenders, who worked defenders the hardest. Looks like he's having treatment again in Sonny's cuts reopened. But I certainly think Ian Wright is a very close second.
Ciro Ferrara, and Ince has come off again for more treatment, as Ron was saying. The wound has opened up again, and he says they just will not allow players, quite rightly, on the field if there's blood about the place. So England once again down to 10. A handball, unintentional surely, but a handball by David Beckham. A free kick to Italy. 20 minutes left. Costa Curta with it. Adams tried to get hold of that one, but there was a foul by Vieri on him, and it's a free kick to England. As you can see, he's battled on so well, but he just needs patching up again, the England captain.
That's the one, the Terry Butcher one, isn't it?
Ball there. To Lasso, who's had a fairly quiet second half, having done so much in the first. Well, he's got the ball in, Peruzzi's there, and there's simply no England people there at all. Oh, it's a bandage job, as you say. It's Terry Butcher from way back. And they want him back on. And again, England get possession. But then concede the free kick. Chiesi's already taken. Vieira's waiting in the middle, and so too is David Seaman. 81,200 here tonight. And the referee unhappy about something.
I think they just tried to block Seaman off as he cleared it.
Paid attendance is 65,000, and that's 3.5 billion lira taken here tonight. Well, it was never going to be, shall I put it, a beautiful game. It was always going to be let's get stuck at them and stick to the job and show plenty of guts and character type of night.
But I also think England have played enough composed football when they've had the chance to. They've dug ditches and trenches and battled when they've had to, put the foot in, done the ugly things. But when they broke out, they've popped the ball about. And they've had some smashing incisive moves. One particular in the first half that maybe David Beckham ought to have scored with.
Gascoigne playing it wide to Lasso. He wanted Lasso to go forward, but the whistle had gone. It's a free kick for the Italians, and it's been taken quickly as well. Towards Vieira and Del Piero. Oh, he's gone down. The referee looked at it. He's given a yellow card to Del Piero. Well, that was a bold move. My heart went in my mouth when I saw the referee running towards there, and he gives a yellow card to Del Piero for
that's an
gamesmanship.
Absolutely brilliant decision. I must admit, I thought it was a stick-on penalty. My first reaction was, don't touch him, please don't touch him. And then I thought they were going to get the penalty. And referee, that is a brilliant decision.
So Del Piero gets the yellow card. And they said he might favour the Italians because he loves Italy and Italian food. Well, he's been very strong and very upright and very on the ball. Mind you, there are cynics around who say that once he's not given a penalty, the next one that looks like one, he will certainly give it. But just wait to see. It would be dreadful to think a match of this importance would be decided by anything really controversial. So in a lot of space on the far side. Gascoigne hasn't picked him up though. Sol Campbell. It's was it an England throw? Both managers are on their feet now. Well, mind you, Maldini's been on his feet the whole night, but Glenn Hoddle just got off his feet for a moment. That fell for Albertini, but a good piece of work. Just held him up there, did Batty. D'Olivio. Albertini. Vieri. Oh, D'Olivio. And the shot quite comfortably saved by David Seaman.
Just thinking when he shaped up D'Olivio, I mean, he's got an appalling goals record, I think, over the last...
D'Olivio has played 18 times for his country and has never scored. Dino Baggio. That looks... Well, it looked offside, but it probably wasn't. In any case, it's a corner.
I tell you, he's got to be careful a bit. Lasso is trying to carry the fight too much. And I think he's now springing forward too early. I think what's happening, Kie's just playing out in that space, and he's not running back with Lasso. And when they counter-attack, we've got a problem like we've just had there. Brilliant last ditch defending again.
It's the corner coming in. Well, Ince went for it, didn't get to it. Big Vieri got there, but without any profit.
I'm surprised. I know he's a big lad and a big strong lad, but I'm surprised how many problems he's given us in the air tonight. When I've seen him play recently 2 or 3 times, twice against Leicester and once in another game in Madrid.
Or Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, and he definitely didn't look anything like the threat in the air that he is tonight. Well, he's obviously pumped up because of what it's all about.
Quarter of an hour left, Ron. I say a quarter of an hour left.
Yes, I'm just thinking there, Brian. I know it takes a lot of moral strength and all that, but I hope the England boys, and they've certainly shown enough of it.
Del Piero showing all sorts of things here, but Sol Campbell sticking wonderfully to the job there. And he's gone down. And the yellow card for, well, he's got to go off.
He is off.
Olivier's off. That's his second yellow card. So Italy down to 10 men now. It looked a bad foul. Let's look at it again. Oh my goodness, it was a very bad foul. 2-footed, jumping at Sol Campbell.
Tell you what,
that could have snapped his legs.
Sending off in itself. That
could have snapped his legs
that's
easily.
A sending off on its own. That didn't need to be booked twice for that. That's off.
Well, happily, from England's point of view and for Tottenham's point of view, Sol Campbell.
And for Campbell's point of view.
And from Sol Campbell's point of view.
Luckily, he managed to hurdle quickly enough in here. Otherwise, that could have been savage.
Interesting situation now. Actually, he's still being led down the line. I presume just to come back on again, Campbell. Yes, he's on. And Seaman with the kick. Italy down to 10. England need a draw or a victory here, remember, to qualify for the finals in France. Not to have to worry about playoffs, but simply to make plans for next summer. Beckham with the throw. Wright receiving it. And England get a corner.
He's been thankless tonight, Ian Wright. Yeah. He has worked like a Trojan. And that was clever, that. The little respite he's got us, and he's got us an advantage of a corner.
Beckham's corner for England. Campbell's up there for it. Teddy Sheringham's up there for it. It's one aimed towards Sol Campbell but goes too high. Here's Paul Ince. And Wright well offside. Don't count. Flag up. Won't count, flag up.
Italians clustering around, desperate to get Campbell booked for that.
Campbell's already been booked. We don't want a second yellow card. Albertini. Chiesa. Back again to him. Knocked in once again, and Sol Campbell there, putting it behind for the corner. Which Del Piero will take. Italians getting behind their team again now. But a poor corner. Cut out easily by Beckham. Benarivo crossing it in again. A flag is up on the far side for an offside. Respite for England. 11 minutes to go. Yeah, offside. Good decision by the Dutch linesman. These last 10 minutes will seem like 10 hours to Glenn Hoddle. They'll seem like 10 seconds to Maldini.
It's times like this, you know, when you're if you're in the pole position, you're looking at your watch and thinking, tick, go on clock, tick. Sometimes think, as you say, sometimes think your thing's stuck when you want the game over. I don't want to see us going too far back, Brian, you know, and inviting pressure. Or inviting crosses in at us, because there's always the danger that somebody takes a tumble or the ball falls down ugly.
Dino Baggio. Chiesa playing it in towards Vieri. Oh, there was almost a chance for Del Piero there. I think it was Sol Campbell who missed his kick just for a moment.
I think that completely put Del Piero off. But once again, it's another header from Vieri.
Yeah, Wright's coming back.
He has caused us more trouble than I thought he would in the end.
England have now pulled everybody back on. Here comes the corner. And a goal kick.
I think he's given a foul.
He may well have given a free kick.
A foul for barging.
On Lasso, I think it probably was. About 8 minutes to go. So near, so far.
I mean, they're having their most positive spell of the game now. The Italians are just throwing everything forward.
We're inviting him to come forward. Del Piero did well there. He's quickened things up a little bit around that box.
He's got quick feet.
Sheringham. That's a good ball for Sheringham. Beckham chasing it.
Now this is the time. Put your passes in. You can't go forward. Pop a pass up. Drop one inside. Pass. If we can keep it now, change the picture now. You don't have to kill the game.
And on the far side, there's Gascoigne. That's better.
Make them change. Stretch their team.
Here's Gascoigne. Down the line. They're down to 10 men, remember, Italy.
Mustn't lose possession there.
What have we got? A free kick? He punched me in the face, Lasso is saying. And he's giving sharp words there to Costa Curta, who's already been booked, incidentally. Let's just see what happens here. I didn't see it.
Certainly on the blind side if he did.
I didn't see a punch in the face there, but England have got a free kick. Sol Campbell's up for it. Sheringham's in there. Wright's in there. Just 3 white shirts to aim for. Someone thrown a bottle on the pitch here. Referees. And still the bottles are raining onto the pitch. The referee will have to hold this up. And no doubt there'll be repercussions. Another bottle comes onto the pitch. And to be fair, if this continues, there's only one thing he can do, and that is to take the players off the field. His first priority is the safety of his players. There's another bottle that's come onto the pitch. And let me tell you, of course, there's the Italian contingent over there. Glenn Hoddle, the One thing he won't want is for any disturbance off the field to interfere with concentration on the field. Well, he's played that straight into the side netting.
And the fans are streaming out. The Italian fans are streaming out at the moment over here.
A little over 5 minutes left now. Ince. Plays well. Support from Batty.
That's the spare man. That's the advantage. That's the one we've got over the wide man all the while.
Gascoigne playing it sensibly. Lasso seeking to get down that line. He's got support for who he's given it away.
That's careless. That's careless. That was unnecessary.
And here's Albertini. And there are 3 men in blue shirts streaking forward. Chiesa across the far side. Vieri and Del Piero. Oh! Southgate dumped. And what will the referee do there? The yellow card to Southgate and to the Italian.
Oh, it's got to. I mean, Southgate.
Chiesa. Go on, Ron.
You know Southgate won't do anything untoward like that. He'll compete, honestly. He's a fair enough player. I mean, Chiesa has a little bump at him here, like.
Right. Now, concentrate, England. It's important now for England to concentrate. Little over 4 minutes left. Facing a critical moment here. But not a very good free kick. And Beckham got behind it. Another free kick.
That was
conceded that time by Gascoigne.
Yeah, that was clumsy, Brian. It was clumsy.
It's a good angle to float this one into. There could be problems here. Nesta's up from the back as well. And that time Paul Ince, bandaged head and all, got it away. They're sweeping it wide, finding Benarivo here. He's taken it well. He's done really well. Got inside Sheringham. He's played really well here. I think that was Lasso who got that away with a flying header. Still the seconds ticking away. That's time it's Southgate, but it's a throw to Italy. 3.5 minutes left. Place in the World Cup finals at stake if England can just hold on here. Chiesa. Laney will get it away.
Yeah, we're letting them too near our box. They're getting too close to our penalty area. You know that there might be a little give and go, or somebody has a run at the edge of the box and gets a free kick.
We're giving away too many free kicks in this area, Ron. Chiesa wins that one. Dino Baggio's in there. Vieri's in there. Nicky Butt coming on in a moment, it seems. Floated in, England again getting it away quite comfortably. Banged in again, this is your ball, David Seaman. And it is. And a long, long clearance. Actually, not a particularly good one.
I thought he saw the keeper off his line then. I thought he was trying to chip Peruzzi.
That's going to go through, I hope, for the goal kick. It does. Now, England are going to bring a substitute on. Nicky Butt. And it's Paul Gascoigne who's coming off.
Yeah, it's a coin of phrase. It's dogs of war time, isn't it?
Dogs of war. With a little over 2 minutes left. Well, he graced this stage for Lazio in his time here. He's put in a really sound performance tonight for England, Paul Gascoigne. And Nicky Butt from Manchester United. And time quickly running out for the 65-year-old Italian manager now, Cesare Maldini. Ince picking up the loose ball. Playing it here for Wright. Just needs to keep possession. Needs to be played carefully around. Don't invite them on. Keep the ball in that half. Up to Wright again. There's the header. Ince, who's been magnificent tonight. Trying to get it to Sheringham. Now plays it again for Wright. Beckham goes in, but can't get the second ball. That's an advantage played by the referee. Nearly didn't come to anything. Del Piero. Beckham challenging him. Good swift challenge again that time from Teddy Sheringham, but the throw goes to Italy, and we reach the last minute of the game. England 1 minute away, plus time added on, from a place in the World Cup finals. Needing a draw or a win here, remember. No time to make any mistakes here. The whistle's gone for the free kick to Italy. So there's still a little crisis point for England. Albertini is behind it. Vieri, Del Piero, there's a lot of movement up there. England need to concentrate here. Nesta, the defender. All played in. That was Sheringham. Oh, fantastic bit of work there by Sheringham. And if Lasso can, oh, well, he's kept it in play, but only to the advantage of the Italians. And now they've got it away again. On my watch, we have 15 seconds. England must keep this ball out now. Padovano. And it comes through to David Seaman. A long throw out towards right. And a free kick to England. They're playing time added on, and I don't think there could be much time to be added on in this second half. Remember, the referee added more than 5 in the first minute when there were injuries, in the first half when there were injuries. England just need to play sensibly now for a few seconds that remain. Right, Ron?
Yeah, I mean, he can't do anything now, Glenn. He's done his work, and looks as if hopefully he's done a brilliant job.
Up towards Ian Wright. Italy again get it forward. Batty, Sheringham. Only once have Italy ever failed to qualify for the World Cup finals, and that was back in 1958. Lasso played in for Sheringham. And a chance down the left line. Here come England again now. Played in towards Sheringham again, but he couldn't quite get it. And Italy come bounding forward to Benarivo, and now Chiesa. Oh, good challenge there by Tony Adams.
He's been an absolute giant, Adams.
He has been wonderful. And now Beckham. No need to do anything. Just keep possession. Wright has peeled off brilliantly, and Beckham, well, he aimed to screw one into the top corner, and we've played nearly 3 minutes of time added on, and I can't think what this referee's doing. Albertini. One last chance for Italy, maybe. One last bit of defending for England to do. Del Piero stopped this time by Adams. Adams peels away to get back to those defensive duties. We played nearly 4 minutes of time added on. Chiesa getting down that line. Don't do anything silly. Benarivo playing it in. And the ball safely in Seaman's hands. And that surely will be the last crisis.
We should all squeeze to the halfway line and get the game right up the field.
Ian Wright going for this one. Ian Wright battling away for this one. Ian Wright might finish it off here. Oh, he's hit the post. Sheringham. And still they couldn't put it in. Oh my goodness. And we've played coming towards 5 minutes of time added on, and who knows, it might go to the other end. Oh, and Italy coming away now. Del Piero playing it in there towards Vieri. Oh my goodness, I thought it had gone in, but it was just a fraction wide. There are players lying all over the field, and Maldini knows that that really is surely the last chance for Italy.
Well, your heart's right in your mouth, isn't you? Their best header of the ball coming in. He stands this ball in brilliantly, Chiesa. And he's coming in at ball people. He's coming into Lasso, and I thought that was in the corner of the net.
So did I. So did I.
Perfect cross there. He's the big man. Oh, fractions.
Take your time now, David Seaman. Oh, we could see the reaction on the bench there. They thought it was in as well. He's surely got to blow his whistle now. Well, I don't believe this. It's England's throw, and it's all over! England have qualified for the World Cup finals in France. A brilliant 0-0 draw here. And great scenes now with Glenn Hull. Well, a fantastic performance where England were so bold and so brave and battled so well. A fantastic performance. They've not won here since 1961, but this was as good as a victory. Well, Glenn Hoddle truly elated. Ron Atkinson, a word from you.
Tremendous performance. Tactically aware, brave. Could have won the game with the last kick of the match, and nobody would have deserved that more than Ian Wright. Actually, a triumph. The whole campaign, I think, has been a triumph for Glenn Hoddle.
And his team selection was perfect. The England performance was perfect. And now it's set sail for France. England 0, Italy 0. England qualify for the 1998 World Cup finals.
Hello again. It's finished 0-0 in Rome tonight, and that leaves Group 2 looking like this. England are on their way to the finals. Italy face the playoffs. Let's hear from a drained but very happy England camp.
Glenn Hoddle, first of all, congratulations. England in the World Cup finals, and that's the greatest news for everyone in England.
That sounds nice, Gary, doesn't it? Yeah, it's been 8 years since we've qualified. That's too long for our nation, and a fantastic effort from the players. Not only the ones tonight, who were magnificent tonight. I really thought they played superbly, but the ones that are out at home there, that have contributed all through this year. It's been a magnificent effort. It really has. To win, to win the 3 away games and to come here in Rome and get a draw, magnificent. But also for the nation, not just for ourselves, for the nation. There's a lot of people, the football lovers back at home, that can feel very proud tomorrow morning.
There was 1 or 2 nasty moments at the end, though, despite a wonderful performance by England.
Listen, I don't care what happens. At the end of the day, the whistle's gone. We're on our way back home in the World Cup 98. That's what I'm bothered about. I don't care what happens.
Good point. I heard that, mate.
The fans were fantastic. You can hear them out there today. We love the fans. We did it for the fans. We did it for our nation. Let's go back and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, quite right. Gary Newbon with the questions there. Terry, it wasn't the greatest of games, obviously, but it was still a great result and achievement by Glenn and the players.
It was the result that we wanted. That's all we wanted, was a good result, if we could have played. We played some good football time, and the funny thing was, I felt that when we were down to 10 men, we actually stopped trying to get forward quickly, because we kept giving the ball back to them and carrying on. When we kept it and kept it and kept it, they made them run, and we had 1 man less, and then we got the man back on, and then we went back to trying to get up there too early again. No, it was a real smash and grab performance, and I think, and Wrighty nearly grabbed it at the end, and I felt we thoroughly deserved it. I didn't think they'd give us too many problems at all.
We'll have a look at Ian Wright in a minute. John, it was an hour, really, before Italy tested David Seaman, before we had a really awkward moment.
Yeah, we're very comfortable. Although on the odd occasion we did pass the ball well, we stopped Italy playing. Italy had a bit of play, but we defended well. The midfield 3 were excellent. They worked hard all night and they didn't give us any problems whatsoever. I think this is the chance with Chiesa. I think Chiesa really should have drilled this hard and low for someone in to tap it in.
It's a bad end.
I mean, and he should have really drilled it hard and low, and he went for the shot. And it's a comfortable save for David. Didn't test him that much. You really expected him to do that.
The one moment when we really held our breath, all of us, was, of course, suddenly, was it a penalty or wasn't it a penalty, when Del Piero went down? What do you think to this one, Terry?
Well, you've just got to, as you quite rightly said, you hold your breath. It's one of those that can go either way. He knocks the ball by Tony. Tony hangs his leg in there a little bit and then tries to take it away. They're given sometimes, and you just got to hope the decision goes with you.
What do you think, John?
He just hangs his leg out there.
Well, he did well at first. He didn't push his leg out, but then at the last minute he had a little flick. But I don't think he connected with him.
No, only those 2 players will know whether contact was made there. But we did have extraordinary sort of final 2 minutes, I guess.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah. First of all, with Ian Wright. Difficult chance, wasn't it?
Well, the defender is unlike an Italian. He makes one big effort. Normally they stay on their feet, and then the goalkeeper is outrageous at that situation. It's a narrow angle, but Wrighty normally sticks those away. But it was very narrow, and it would have been perfect to end up like that.
We were into about 3 or 4 minutes when that happened. But I mean, at the other end, suddenly at the other end, we had the worst problem.
Yeah, this was a great ball in. Vieri got a good jump. He caused problems in the air all night, to be honest. I think that's why they kept him in. and fortunately first it drifted wide. It was a half chance. I wouldn't say it was a chance, but leading up to that, we had a few opportunities to take the ball into the corner and kill the game. And being typically English, we went for the win. Beckham had one where he went for the top corner. Nicky Butt came inside, but really, we really should have gone into the corner flag and killed the game. And as a result of that, they created that chance.
Do you know, Terry, that England are 7 to 1/3 favourites with Ladbrokes tonight, behind Brazil and France?
Yeah, well,
for the final.
Brazil and France, yeah. I can understand that, but I think Holland and Spain are going to be tough. I think, I believe I said before to John, Italy and Germany are not the strength they were, but I don't rule Spain out.
Yeah, it was a great achievement, John, wasn't it?
Excellent. I mean, it was never going to be the greatest games. Cup finals are like that as well, you know, where so much expected of it. But we went over, did a very professional performance. Extremely. I mean, you know, people would have liked us to go out and score goals, but everyone worked for the team, and it was a great result.
OK, gentlemen, thanks very much for being with us. Let me just say that it's a little sad to tell you that there are early suggestions tonight that England can forget the possibility of staging the World Cup finals in 2006. That's after those troubles that you saw there in Rome, involving around 1,000 fans who got involved, but they were, I might add, outside the official travel club. Now let me round up a few other key results today. In Group 1, Denmark's goalless draw with Greece puts the Danes into the finals, but Croatia's win in Slovenia puts them into the playoffs and not Greece. On to Group 6, and Spain clinched the group with Yugoslavia in that vital second spot. In Group 7, the Dutch are in the finals, while Belgium, who beat Wales 3-2, faced the playoffs. On to Group 8, where the Republic of Ireland take the runners-up place after their 1-1 draw at Lansdowne Road with group winners Romania. Germany topped Group 9, although they struggled to a home 4-3 win against Albania today. Ukraine pipped Portugal for the playoff spot. Portugal beat Northern Ireland 1-0, but don't go to France. So 20 of the 32 finalists are known, and happily they include Scotland and now England. Our congratulations to both squads. And they could be joined in France by the Republic of Ireland, one of the 8 European teams facing two-leg playoffs. So there we are. What a day. This afternoon, Craig Brown and Scotland secured their place in France next summer. Tonight in the Olympic Stadium in Rome, we've seen 15 months of hard graft and these glorious scenes of celebration.
Only 242 days to go. The World Cup, the essential guide to France '98. Liberty, equality, fraternity.